Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is the story about what if Naruto was trained by Tobirama. Before we start, please subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. So without any further ado, let's start the what if. Shinobi Academy, the next day. The following day at school, Naruto was met with the familiar sight of his peers laughing and playing in the classroom as he walked through the door. Under usual circumstances, he would proudly enter and announce his presence to the class, but today he said absolutely nothing as he quietly walked towards his seat. Ironically, however, his lack of attention-seeking seemed to have an opposite effect as everyone in the classroom turned towards him with curious expressions. No doubt they were surprised by his new all-black attire, but Naruto's demeanor was shockingly different than they were used to seeing. Looks like Naruto finally ditched the orange jumpsuit. Choji was the first person to break the awkward silence. Shikamaru had a somewhat curious and inquisitive look in his eyes as he silently watched the blonde. He looks different, and it's not just the clothes either. I wonder what's up. Shikamaru replied as he and Choji quietly talked about it. Kiba, being the brash and instigating type, immediately called Naruto out. Yo loser, what's with the new clothes? Did you finally catch on to the fact that you looked stupid in the jumpsuit? To everyone's complete astonishment, Naruto didn't say anything in response. He briefly looked at Kiba with a disapproving face but did not retaliate. Ino looked on with surprise. Wow, he's not talking, that's a first. Hey, dead last, I'm talking to you. Don't think that you can just ignore me. Kiba growled as he slammed a hand in front of Naruto's desk. Naruto was about to stand up and say something, but thankfully, someone else did. Kiba, sit down please. The students all jerked their heads towards Iruka, who had somehow slipped into the room without them noticing. The dog boy gritted his teeth at Naruto before walking to his seat. Whatever, he's not worth my time anyway. I'm amazed you didn't attack him. A dark and familiar voice sounded in Naruto's head. He immediately recognized it as Kyuubi's. Fox, is that you? He thought, surprised. Yeah, I told you that opened a psychic link between us, right? The Bijou responded. You're right, I guess I forgot, the blonde noted. I know your new sensei doesn't want you to draw attention to yourself, but you shouldn't let this little punk talk down to you like that. I'm not even fond of you, and I hate seeing you take these insults from arrogant children. You should put them in their place, Kyuubi said with annoyance. Naruto sighed. Yeah, well, I'm honestly too tired to care anyways. Besides, I don't think I'm strong enough to beat him yet. His time will come. I suppose that's good motivation to train and study hard then? The fox asked. It definitely is. Besides, other than Sasuke Tame, I really can't stand this Kiba guy acting like he's so much better than me. I'll show them all that I'm not a joke. I just have to do what Tobirama sensei said and wait for the opportune moment to strike, Naruto thought somewhat angrily. I get that, but for the sake of your pride, don't let this go on for too long. I already had to watch Kushina get bullied through the academy, I'm not about to watch it again with you, the fox sighed. Naruto perked up. Really? What can you tell me about your last Jinchuriki? What was she like? She was somewhat like you, but with red hair and an obnoxiously self-righteous attitude. I personally found her boring, lazy, and unambitious. At least you're trying to get strong and you have some semblance of respect for me. I think you'll be much worthier host at least. I suppose that's all I can really hope for until I get out of this prison, the fox answered. Is that a compliment? Naruto wondered. Don't word it like that. I'm just saying that I don't hate you as much as I thought I would, Kyuubi retorted immediately. It's okay to compliment someone, Kyuubi. Isn't that what friends do? Naruto asked. The fox scoffed at him. We can't be friends, I already told you that. Why not? We can be friends if you'll just open up a little. I don't hate you, and you don't seem to hate me if you're actually willing to talk to me like this, Naruto countered. I'm the reason you're an orphan, has that even crossed your mind yet? Kyuubi trailed off with a serious tone. How exactly? Naruto wondered. If you really want to know, then think about the situation logically for a moment. You were a newborn baby when I was sealed inside of you, the fox followed up. Naruto paused for a moment before responding, why did the Nidaime seal you inside of me? I mean, if I was just a baby at the time, why was I chosen? You are an Uzumaki, and only your body could contain me. Kushina was actually the last Uzumaki in this village as far as I'm aware. You were the only other one, why might that be? The fox asked rhetorically. How am I related to her? He asked anxiously. The fox was silent for a long moment before answering, she was your mother, fool. You're denser than I expected. What? Seriously? Naruto thought shocked. Yeah, so now you know. Your parents are dead because of me. I thought about withholding that information from you, but I don't see a point. You were under the delusion that we could be friends, we can't. How could you befriend me after knowing that? The fox said darkly. Wait, so if Kushina Uzumaki was my mother, then who is my father? Naruto mentally gasped. Maybe her husband Minato Namikaze with his blonde hair and blue eyes. Is it really that much of a stretch for you? You're an Uzumaki with blonde hair and blue eyes. Where do you think you got it from? The fox shook his head and growled. Your name's my father. Naruto couldn't believe the words. The fox sighed, yes, and he sealed me inside of you after I tried to kill his village. As I said before, we can be civil, but you and I cannot be friends. Naruto didn't know what to say as he tried to hold back tears. He felt a wave of emotions rising to the surface, but he swallowed them immediately. He wasn't about to cry or make a scene in front of his class. His depression, however, became obvious to several inhabitants in the room. Namely Iruka, Sasuke, and Hinata. They all had different thoughts on the matter, however. Iruka stopped his lecture briefly as he turned his gaze towards Naruto. What's wrong with him? I've never seen him look so down before. Did Kiba's words really get to him? Maybe I should say something to him in private. Hinata's eyes lingered on Naruto with a sad face of her own. Her empathy was high as she read Naruto's expression. Naruto-kun looks so sad. He always seems to hide his emotions behind a smile, but something is wrong with him today. He didn't even fight back against Kiba-kun. Sasuke's eyes were fixed on Naruto for a moment. I know that look, the look of loss. Something tragic must have happened to him recently. I've never seen him that depressed before. I doubt Kiba upset him. He's endured worse insults from me. He doesn't have a family as far as I'm aware, strange. Naruto pushed his emotions and thoughts aside as he focused solely on his academics. His mind kept wanting to go into that dark place and lament on the tragedy of his life, but he maintained his bearing and focus. After what felt like an eternity, class finally ended. Naruto waited for everyone else to exit before leaving himself. Unfortunately, he was stopped by Iruka on his way out the door. The Chunin placed a hand on his shoulder. Naruto, may I have a word with you in private please, before you go home? Why, sensei? Naruto asked bluntly to his teacher. Several of his lingering classmates were doing their best to eavesdrop as Iruka had a concerned look on his face. The Chunin noticed a few of the other students and quickly shooed them away. Guys, please give us some privacy. Reluctantly, the curious students departed as Iruka and Naruto were left alone in the room. Mizuki was thankfully not there today. Naruto was grateful for that as he did not want to deal with the other condescending Chunin right now. After he was sure of everyone's departure, Iruka crossed his arms and frowned. What's wrong, Naruto? You've been acting very unusual the past 2 days, and today you came in looking depressed. You're even dressed differently. Why wouldn't I be depressed, Iruka-sensei? Naruto asked with a somewhat angry look on his face. The man cocked his head at Naruto uncertainly. Do you want to talk about it? Naruto lifted his shirt up and pointed at the seal on his stomach. I doubt you want to talk about this, sensei. Iruka's jaw dropped as his eyes widened in disbelief. Naruto, did someone? I know all about it, Iruka-sensei. And why you all hate me for it. All those times you singled me out, now I know why, Naruto stated coldly. Naruto, who told you about that? It's forbidden to speak about. Iruka didn't get to finish as Naruto interrupted him. I had a feeling you knew, all of the adults in the village seem to know. Is that why everyone's parents tell their kids to avoid me? The boy spat. Iruka shook his head. Naruto, my parents died the day I was born, Iruka-sensei, not that you'd understand or care. So you're wondering why I'm depressed, there you have it. I'm just the demon brat to you as well, aren't I? Naruto said, shaking his head as he turned to leave. He didn't make it far before Iruka stopped him. Wait, Naruto, I'm sorry. What? The blonde tilted his head in confusion. I've been prejudiced towards you for a long time, always seeing you as the fox and not as a kid. I suppose you're a victim in all of this too. I was a fool to not realize that sooner. Iruka said sadly. Naruto was genuinely surprised by the man's empathy. He looked at him uncertainly. What are you saying, sensei? For whatever it's worth, Naruto, I forgive you, and I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me as well. I shouldn't hate you for something you had no control over. Nobody should. There's too much hate in this world. I should have reached out to help you, instead of ignoring a boy in need. Iruka frowned. The man almost looked like he was about to cry, much to Naruto's disbelief. I don't understand. Naruto said blankly. Iruka looked down for a moment. My parents also died in the attack 10 years ago. As much as I want to be angry about it and hate the world or hate you for what happened, it doesn't accomplish anything. I know it's tough to not be bitter, Naruto, but holding on to hate only destroys you. I couldn't possibly understand what it's like for you to carry the burden of holding that terrible demon inside of you. Just know that I am here if you ever need someone to talk to. You shouldn't have to be alone. From here on out, I'll do my best to help you become again in Naruto. Naruto felt like he was about to cry. He looked away. Thanks, sensei, that actually means a lot to me. Are you hungry right now, Naruto? I can take you to go get some food, Iruka offered. Naruto smiled weakly. Sorry, sensei, but I have plans. Maybe we can do that some other time. I'll see you tomorrow in class. Okay, Naruto, remember I'm here if you need me, Iruka reiterated. Without another word, the blonde boy left. Thankfully, nobody appeared to have eavesdropped on their conversation, but Naruto did notice Kiba waiting outside of the academy. The other boy gritted his teeth enthusiastically. There you are, dead last. Been waiting for you. So how's about you tell me what's wrong with you today? Go away, dog breath, I'm not in the mood to deal with you, Naruto said distantly. Akamaru began to bark annoyingly as Kiba growled. So what, you're trying to act all cool now, like that Uchiha bastard? The dog boy ran in and delivered a swift punch to Naruto's face, knocking him to the ground. The blonde got back up immediately and simply walked away. The hell? You scared to fight me now, Uzumaki? Kiba boasted as he ran in to deliver another punch. He never quite made it as a surge of chakra flooded Naruto's entire body. Naruto spun around and punched Kiba dead in the face, sending the other boy flying into a nearby tree. Akamaru barked and growled angrily as Naruto took a step forward. Naruto quickly regained his senses when he felt Kyuubi's chakra beginning to wash over his own. He immediately calmed down as he took a deep breath and forced it back. No, it doesn't have to be like this. Kiba looked shocked by the strength behind Naruto's punch and took a moment to get back up. He didn't say a word as he stared at Naruto in extreme pain. Akamaru ran towards Kiba's leg and whimpered fearfully as Naruto stared Kiba down. The blonde spoke up with fury in his voice. I said I'm not in the mood, Kiba. Yeah, I got that, Kiba said, a bit shell-shocked as he rubbed his cheek. He wasted no time, leaving shortly afterward as Naruto turned around. After he took cover, Naruto made a shadow clone to decoy its way to the Hokage tower. He was going to have that clone study in the library. On his way towards the Senju Grove, Naruto turned back and looked over the village. His eyes lingered on the Hokage head monument. Sadly, Dad, my dad was Hokage. He died to protect this place. Just like Shodaime and Nidaime. All of them sacrificed themselves. Is that what it takes to truly be Hokage? After staring at the monuments for a good few minutes, Naruto decided to speak to Kyubi. Hey Fox. I'm surprised you even want to talk to me right now. What do you want? The Kyubi asked. Earlier, when Kiba was attacking me, I felt your chakra inside of me, almost like you were protecting me. Why? You're imagining things. The fox replied. No, I'm not. Why'd you help me? Naruto asked. Kyubi growled, I'm not about to be stuck with another Kushina for the next generation. If people attack you, then defend yourself. If you refuse to do it, then I will. I could have seriously hurt him if I didn't stop you, Naruto countered. So what? Kyubi scoffed. I've thought about what you told me during our first meeting, and about my parents' deaths. I want to tell you how I feel about all of this. Naruto changed the subject. It's fine if you hate me. Kushina and Mito both did as well. I don't care if you do too, it's nothing new to me. All of you humans are the same, the fox said callously. Even though you were involved in my parents' deaths, I still don't hate you, Kyubi. In fact, I forgive you. Naruto said slowly. The Bijou was silent for a moment before a disbelieving response followed. You do? How could you possibly forgive me? What makes you think I want your forgiveness anyway? I don't need it. Earlier, when Iruka-sensei reached out to me, it made me realize something. Naruto began. And what is that? Kyubi asked. It's easier to forgive someone than to hate them forever. Nothing will ever change the fact that my parents died, but I still think it wasn't entirely your fault. You were upset and angry, you never had a real connection with anyone in the village despite them using you. They were going to imprison you again and you knew it. Besides, none of it would have happened if it wasn't for that guy who unsealed you from my mom. My parents died protecting the village, and you fought for your freedom against being the village's weapon. How are both sides not justified in that situation? I can't hate you for that. If I were in your position, I might have done the same thing. Naruto said as tears flowed down his face now. He was no longer able to contain his emotions. He cried silently as he stared at the Hokage monuments. Even after all of this, you still think we can be friends? Why are you so determined to not hate me? The fox demanded. Naruto was surprised by the sadness present in the Bijou's voice. You told me the truth even in spite of what it would mean. I think a part of you hopes that someone would understand. You're not a monster, Kyubi, I don't care what anyone else thinks. You may have done some terrible things in the past, but that doesn't have to define your future. The boy declared reassuringly. And what does then? What do you suggest I do? Kyubi asked with emotional anger. Being my friend would be a good first step, Kyubi. Naruto replied. The fox seemed upset now. Is that really what you want? For me to make amends and be your little pet? Why should I? The only thing I'm interested in is you killing the Uchiha with the orange mask. We won't always be together, Kyubi, one day I'll be dead too and you'll be somewhere else. I don't want your memories of me to be filled with anger and hate. It would be a waste if we didn't help each other find the right path. Isn't that what true strength is? Doing what others can't. Doing what they won't, he responded strongly. What did you just say? You sound like Hag. The fox couldn't finish the sentence. What do I sound like, Kyubi? Naruto asked. The fox's voice almost cracked. I'm going to tell you something that I've never told any human before. My name is Kurama. Kurama? You have a name? Naruto said surprised. Only my friends and the other Bijou know it. Kurama responded. Are you saying? Naruto couldn't quite finish as he felt a lump welling up in his throat. Maybe you're right, Naruto. I haven't found the right path, but perhaps we can together, as friends, Kurama replied with a warmer and distant tone. Naruto wiped his tears as he stared into the sunset over Konoha. Thanks, Kurama. You're pure-hearted, Naruto, like a sage. I never expected you to show me any empathy. We'll make my parents proud, Kurama. I'll be the best Hokage Konoha has ever seen, and you'll be right there with me. We'll be an unstoppable two-man team, and I'll show the world that Jinchurikis are not monsters. That you're not a monster. Naruto stated strongly as he stared at the Hokage statues. Maybe this is the right path, Kurama said with a melancholy optimism. Speaking of which, I'm late for training with Tobirama-sensei. Naruto thought, alarmed. He quickly got up and bolted in the direction of the Senju Grove. Senju Grove. Upon arriving at the Senju Grove, Naruto was surprised to see his ghost sensei sitting calmly by a small lake. The white-haired man spoke sternly without even turning to look. You're late, I was about to come get you. Sorry, Tobirama-sensei. Naruto didn't get to finish his sentence as the man stood up and interrupted him. I sensed a change in your chakra earlier. I take it you've gained some access to the Kyuubi's chakra? Tobirama asked knowingly. Naruto looked away for a moment uncertainly. Yeah, we talked a little. How did you find out? I'm a sensory ninja, and I'm linked to your chakra, so I can easily detect changes in you. That being said, it is fortunate that you are on speaking terms with the Kyuubi, the Nidaime said calmly. I'm surprised he would think so. Kyuubi noted. Tobirama looked at Naruto's eyes for a moment. Have you been crying? The boy looked down shamefully. Yes, sensei. Why? Did the fox say something to you? He asked, with uncharacteristic empathy. Should I tell him, Kurama? Naruto asked the fox mentally. Kurama sighed. You might as well. He's dead, so he can't really spread around information, though I doubt he's the type to do that anyway. He told me about my parents, and how they died. He said I was the Yondame's son and that my mother was his last Jinchuriki, Naruto answered. Tobirama's eyes widened slightly. Is that right? So he told you that he killed them then? Is that why you're crying? Sort of. There was an Uchiha involved that made him attack the village. Some man with an orange mask. Although, Kurama admitted to me that he wanted to destroy Konoha after breaking free from his Sharingan. I guess my dad died sealing him inside of me and my mother died after Kurama was extracted. It wasn't directly Kurama's fault, he just wanted to fight for his freedom and my parents wanted to protect the village, the boy continued. The man rose a brow, curiously. Kurama? Are you talking about the Nine Tails? It has a name. Naruto nodded. He does. And he told you his name? That's interesting. Hashirama and I had a discussion about this once. Some of the Bijou referred to themselves by names, but the Kyuubi never did. Does this mean that you are on good terms with the fox? Tobirama asked surprised. We are now, Kurama and I are friends, Naruto replied. The Nidaime nodded with approval. That's very unusual, but I applaud your maturity and initiative. Having the Kyuubi's cooperation will make you much stronger. I'm amazed that it would even speak to you, let alone accept friendship. The Kyuubi never trusted humans after Madara abused its power with his Sharingan. Mito Uzumaki once told me that Kyuubi hated her and Hashirama just as much as Madara. Kurama doesn't like Konoha, sensei, he says that he's tired of being used. I don't want to force anything on him. We're partners in this, he's not a weapon, Naruto stated strongly. The Nidaime had a deep look on his face. I suppose it's not unusual that the Kyuubi would hate Konoha after two Uchihas abused it. How did you get the Nine Tails to tell you all of this? It's rather unprecedented for a Bijou to befriend a human, especially the Kyuubi. I just tried to see his point of view. It's like you said, sensei, Bijou aren't evil monsters, Naruto said slowly. So you say you're partners now? The Kyuubi wants to help you become stronger? Tobirama asked. Naruto nodded. Yeah, and he wants me to take out that Uchiha bastard with the orange mask. We have work to do then. You won't stand a chance against an Uchiha with a Mangekyo Sharingan unless you're well past Jonin level. Let's get to training, Tobirama said approvingly. Kurama chuckled lightly, I kind of like him. Really? Naruto responded. He didn't once question or condemn your intention to befriend me. He also doesn't like Uchihas, that's 2 for 2, Kurama spoke up enthusiastically. Alright, Naruto, we're going to continue with your chakra control today and your accuracy, Tobirama announced. My accuracy? Naruto questioned uncertainly. The Nidaime shook his head, if you ever intend on being good at flying Raijin, then you had better be good at throwing kunai and shuriken. Why though? Naruto wondered. With flying Raijin, you can place a seal on a thrown kunai and use it to teleport to that kunai. In truth, it is advanced fuinjutsu where you essentially summon yourself to your seals. To master this, you should be an expert at throwing projectile weapons, Tobirama explained. Naruto nodded, alright, let's do it then. One more thing, I gained some recent intel while you were asleep and learned more about the state of the village right now. It's incredibly weak. The Senjus and Uchihas are both nearly extinct now, and there aren't many powerful shinobi here anymore. Hiruzen is strong, but he's well past his prime and he's far too soft. Ever since the Yondaime died, Konoha has become incredibly vulnerable. You must be prepared for an inevitable attack. Other villages will grow bolder the older Hiruzen becomes, the white-haired Hokage followed up. I understand, sensei, this isn't just about me anymore, Naruto nodded understandingly. Tobirama nodded, I'm glad to see you understand that. Also, another interesting bit of information I uncovered was the Yondaime's reputation. He was known for using flying Raijin and was a renowned sensory ninja like myself. Similar to chakra natures, inherent sensory skills are usually genetic, that makes you very lucky to be the Yondaime's son. You have the potential to become more powerful than me if you work hard enough. Wow, so I will actually be able to learn flying Raijin like you and my dad then? Naruto asked excitedly. Tobirama nodded, in due time, Naruto, first you're going to master the basics. The blonde was silent for a moment as he looked away nervously. Tobirama eyed him sharply, what's wrong? I wanted to ask you something else, is it possible for me to bring back my parents with Edo Tensei? Naruto asked. The Nidaime shook his head, I would strongly advise against that, Naruto, even if you could somehow acquire DNA from them and sacrifices to do it, they would be zombies still. Edo Tensei is not something you should ever take lightly. It's a very dangerous and arguably evil jutsu. I used it to create zombies that could take out my enemies with no regard to their own lives, since they were already dead. Using it the manner you speak of would be immoral. Do you really want to subject your parents to undeath? I'm here as a spirit and I can leave when the time comes. They on the other hand would be denied the afterlife in that state, neither living nor dead. That's not something you should put your parents through out of a simple desire to see them. Naruto looked sad at this news but nodded understandingly, I guess it was a bit much to hope for. Still, I do want to find a way to talk with them one day, even if it's only for a short while. Let's get to work, you've already wasted 2 hours today, Tobirama changed the subject after a short silence. Yes, Tobirama sensei. Naruto replied. 1 year later. In the following year, Naruto consistently trained every day after school with Tobirama. Every waking hour of his free time other than sleep was spent in the Senju Grove learning and mastering all the basic skills a shinobi possibly could. Naruto spent the first few months perfecting chakra control, accuracy, taijutsu, and kenjutsu. His proficiency with shadow clones only continued to grow with each passing day as he now trained with hundreds at a time. He typically always had some doing basic exercises while the majority would focus on his current day's objectives. True to his word, Tobirama continued to teach the boy new things, and would often set short-term goals and bars for him to reach which consistently motivated the young blonde to become stronger and stronger. In 1 short year under his ghost sensei's teachings, Naruto now had almost perfect chakra control, remarkable skill with projectile weapons, and a moderately skilled proficiency in kenjutsu. Tobirama only taught a little bit of ninjutsu during this time, much to the blonde's displeasure. He had learned wind levitation, retrieving wind, projectile control, wind explosion, and slashing wind jutsus. All of them were relatively basic wind release techniques, but due to Naruto's enormous chakra pool and excellent chakra control, they were around Chunin level in power. While he was proud of learning wind jutsus, Naruto had been extremely eager to learn more elements. Sadly, however, the others were far more difficult for him to grasp. Earth, being wind's opposite, was challenging for him to learn. To him it felt like trying to write an essay with his non-dominant hand. It was doable, but extremely sloppy and unrefined. Nevertheless, his strong affinities for earth and water had allowed him to learn one ninjutsu from each element. One was rock throw, which was pretty much the most basic earth-style ninjutsu one could learn. The other was water pellet. Rock throw allowed him to throw a small chunk of earth, and water pellet allowed him to shoot a bullet of water out of his mouth. While they weren't impressive, Naruto was extremely proud of learning them. Today, he was having half of his clones practice earth and the other half practicing water. Tobirama casually glanced around at the clones' training before turning towards the real Naruto. "You're slightly better at water than earth. That shouldn't be the case since those elemental natures are balanced within you. Put 60% of your clones on earth training and keep the other 40% on water," Tobirama instructed. The clones immediately redistributed themselves as commanded. A constant year of being drilled by Tobirama had made Naruto good at making these on-the-fly changes. After they redistributed, Tobirama spoke up again. "Remember, Naruto, Earth Chakra is all about power. You want to make your chakra dense and form the hand seals with flex tension. Wind and water are indirect and flowing, Earth is stalwart and direct. Remember that." Naruto nodded as he corrected himself. All of his shadow clones practicing rock throw seemed to be improving as larger and larger chunks of earth formed out of the ground. "I think I'm getting better at earth style, sensei," Naruto stated proudly. "Good, now I want you to defeat all of your shadow clones using only earth and water ninjutsu, understood?" Tobirama stated. "Yes, sensei." Naruto nodded as he charged in to fight his shadow clones. One by one, he took out waves of them with rock throws and water pellets. With each clone he destroyed, he felt himself losing more and more stamina. When he got down to the last clone, he felt like he was about to pass out. The last clone charged in and shot a massive water pellet towards him. With his remaining energy, Naruto unleashed the strongest rock throw jutsu that he could. His jutsu struggled against his clones, but after a final push, Naruto managed to destroy it. He collapsed to the ground a moment later, panting heavily as the exhaustion had finally got the best of him. "How was that, Tobirama-sensei?" Naruto asked between panted breaths. There was no response for a good 10 seconds as Tobirama walked over towards him. Naruto looked up at the man confused. "Sensei? I don't believe it," Tobirama said with genuine disbelief in his voice. His eyes were wide, and his mouth was agape. "What?" Naruto asked confused. "Did I do something wrong?" Tobirama then pointed to where Naruto's clone had just been defeated. Where it stood, a single budding tree could be seen. The Nidaime shook his head. "This tree wasn't here a minute ago." "Ha!" Naruto gasped as he managed to sit up and look over at it. Tobirama turned his gaze upon Naruto. "You have a bloodline ability, Naruto." "I do?" Naruto said confused. "Would release, I don't even know what to say." "This is incredible," Tobirama remarked with a slight bit of pride in his voice. Naruto's eyes widened as he stared at the small tree. "Wait, I can use wood release? I knew that you were related to Hashirama and myself, but I never expected this. You're a true Senju heir." Tobirama smiled for the first time ever. I am?" Naruto asked uncertainly. "Wood release is the most powerful nature transformation bloodline in the world, Naruto. Only Hashirama was ever able to use it. With wood release, Flying Thunder God, and Kurama, you're going to be able to protect Konoha from anything." Tobirama smiled proudly. "Really? How is Wood Release the strongest bloodline in the world? Isn't Wood weak against fire?" Naruto asked, confused. "He's right, Kit. Wood Release was able to stop me and all of the other Bijou. It's no joke," Kurama stated. "Wood Release can drain chakra as well as suppress it. It's actually a remarkably powerful ability because it combines earth, water, and yang natures into one. Even Madara Uchiha with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan was no match for Hashirama's skill with Mokuton," Tobirama explained. "So what does this mean for my training then, sensei? How am I supposed to learn Wood Release if only Shodaime could do it?" Naruto asked. Tobirama thought for a moment. "It will be difficult for you to learn as I do not have first-hand knowledge on how to train you in it. I can teach you some basics that I understood from Hashirama's fighting style, but you'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. Couldn't I just summon Shodaime-sama's ghost here like I did with yours?" Naruto asked. Tobirama shook his head. "I wouldn't advise that. Hashirama is way more powerful than I am. Even if you could somehow perfectly replicate that incomplete Edo Tensei, it would likely kill you. You could technically do it with a human sacrifice, but you don't have any of Hashirama's DNA, and I don't feel particularly comfortable with my brother being resurrected as a zombie, even temporarily." Naruto frowned. "Well, that sucks then. If you're half as smart as my idiot older brother was, then you're bound to figure it out yourself eventually. I will teach you what I know about it, but the rest is up to you. I would recommend committing a number of shadow clones to Wood Release training full-time while I teach you the rest of what I can," the white-haired Hokage followed. 2 years later. It had been 3 years since his training began with Tobirama, and 2 years since he discovered his bloodline. In that time, Naruto had grown more powerful than he ever expected to. The following year after learning about Wood Release, Naruto had been diligent in gaining proficiency in it. To his astonishment, it had developed exponentially. His incredibly large chakra reserves were something that made Wood Release a truly terrifying ability. His deep forest creation was probably his favorite jutsu now, as it conjured as large and as many trees as he could create with his chakra. As his abilities got more and more powerful, he would end up training further and further away from the village. He often trained by creating forests and destroying them periodically with other techniques. His ability to use Wood Release was nowhere close to Hashirama's level, according to Tobirama, but it was still fearsome to behold. As his training got progressively further and further away from Konoha, he had to put a large amount of chakra into his decoy shadow clone in Konoha, so it wouldn't dissipate. Even in spite of this, he never stayed away for more than a day or two at a time. His decoy shadow clone typically went to study in the Hokage Tower Library after school. This kept it under close surveillance for the Anbu that would periodically watch Naruto. On several occasions, the clone had run into Danzo. The man found it rather strange that Naruto was always so consumed with studying, but Hiruzen on the other hand was actually proud of Naruto for taking initiative to do so. While leaving the shadow clone to study there was good for his cover, Naruto also found himself becoming smarter from all the history that the clone had studied in the library. That in addition to his new mindset had made him an academic genius in the Konoha Shinobi Academy. In addition to his bloodline, he had mastered dozens of jutsus from each of the 5 basic elemental natures and had vastly developed his sensory skills. While he was still nowhere near as good as Minato or Tobirama, Naruto was now a sensory ninja like his predecessors. Tobirama also felt it necessary to teach Naruto medical ninjutsu. The Nidaime insisted that any worthwhile Senju heir should be good at it as both he and Hashirama were. Only in the last year was Naruto finally able to start learning flying Raijin. This was Naruto's second favorite ability as it made him feel more like his father and his sensei. Despite learning and being able to perform it now, Naruto was still nowhere near his father's skill level with the jutsu. Nevertheless, Tobirama had remarked that Naruto would reach it eventually. Other than his training with Tobirama, Naruto had also gained a deeper connection with Kurama's chakra. The two of them had been working on aligning their chakra with each other so that they could one day use a Bijou transformation if necessary. Unfortunately, despite their preparation for it, Kurama had explained thoroughly to Naruto that he would have to learn how to unlock his body's seal in order to reach a full transformation. Tobirama taught Naruto how to unlock his seal but told him only to do so if necessary. Overall, Naruto's hard work the past 3 years had paid off in more areas than one. Not only was he much smarter and stronger now, but Naruto was also well developed for his age. Tobirama stressed the importance of eating a lot of protein and carbs to help him grow stronger and bigger, which they did. He also grew his hair out slightly longer as well, similar to his father's. Part of him felt like it honored Minato to emulate him. Many of his classmates in the academy found his development impressive and confusing. Some even tried to befriend him as Naruto became cooler, as it were. Namely, among them were Shikamaru and Choji. Naruto always turned down their offers to hang out after school and had become almost antisocial in the past 3 years. Despite his eagerness to make friends, Naruto knew he couldn't skip training. Tobirama made it clear that if he truly wanted to become strong, then he would have to sacrifice more than just his free time and energy. He practically had to abandon his childhood and mature as a shinobi. Kiba had of course still been condescending, but he gradually began to steer away from Naruto as the years passed by. This was mostly due to Naruto almost never talking. Iruka had found the entire change in persona to be a bit disturbing and had often invited Naruto to go have ramen with him or talk. The boy would occasionally send his decoy shadow clone to spend time with Iruka just so that the man wouldn't worry about him. Despite his self-alienation, Naruto did like Iruka as an instructor and a person. They would often talk about Naruto's goals, and the blonde would always say that he was going to become Hokage. Other than Iruka's concerns, several of Naruto's peers occasionally spied on him from time to time out of a curiosity for Naruto's vast jump in maturity and skills. Chiefly among them were Hinata obviously, Sasuke, and even Kiba. All 3 of them had stealthily followed Naruto after school to learn more about him, but they always just saw the shadow clone studying in the library or practicing basic academy exercises. Out of the 3, however, only Hinata had been suspicious about the shadow clone. She noticed that Naruto never spoke to anyone other than Iruka and the Nidaime outside of class, and that he didn't do enough after school to really explain why he was so tired all the time. Nevertheless, her shy nature prevented her from ever really following up on the matter. Sasuke found Naruto's improvement noteworthy, but also a bit disturbing. The blonde almost never messed up in class now and was practically good at everything they did or studied. In fact, it was somewhat humbling for him to witness. Despite being the number 1 rookie in the class, Sasuke was impressed by Naruto's rapid rise in skill. Unlike before, the blonde boy was never flashy or attention-seeking. He never once boasted, and he always seemed like his mind was either focused on what he was doing or off in the clouds. He had developed a slight respect for his classmate over the years, but never once made it obvious. The 2 would be paired in sparring matches on occasion, and Sasuke would still always win them. Despite this, however, Naruto had beaten his accuracy score, and was now ranked 2nd in the class overall. Despite Tobirama telling Naruto to be subtle, the blonde couldn't help but excel at everything in the academy as it was pathetically easy for him now. He still couldn't beat Sasuke in taijutsu or academics, but Naruto was no longer the joke many had once thought of him as. Currently, the blonde was sitting in class with a very bored look on his face. Iruka looked over the room and spoke up proudly, "You all did an amazing job on the finals yesterday, and it makes me proud that all of you passed. Great job, everyone, especially you, Naruto." The Jinchuriki was drawn from his bored thoughts when he heard his name. Everyone in the class was staring at him as Iruka spoke proudly, "You had the highest score on our final exam yesterday. Excellent work." To his side, a bitter and petty Mizuki was glaring daggers at the boy. Despite all of his attempts to sabotage Naruto, the blonde would always outsmart him or surpass expectations. He had attempted to give Naruto curve balls on the finals yesterday, and to his bitter fury, Naruto succeeded. Wow, Naruto really beat Sasuke's score in the final exam? Ino spoke up with disbelief. Iruka nodded, they both had perfect scores, but Naruto performed his faster. Though you all did a great job, so you should be proud of yourselves. This class is one of the best ones I've ever had. I have no doubt that many of you will grow to become talented shinobi. Sasuke sent a sharp glare Naruto's way. He beat me? How? I know he's gotten better and that he studies a lot, but so do I. The gap between us is shorter than I thought. There must be a mistake, sensei. There's no way Naruto had a higher score than Sasuke, or even me for that matter. Sakura protested. She took pride in being one of the best students in academics. It wasn't shocking for her to lose to a prodigy like Sasuke, whom she idolized, but Naruto was another matter. Even though he had become better over the years, it was still a difficult pill for her to swallow. Well, Naruto has worked really hard for the past few years to improve his ranking, so you should be proud of him. He graduated second overall, Iruka responded to her. He has no idea just how hard. Kurama added. Did I seriously graduate second? Maybe I should have botched some of my stuff or lost a few more matches these past few months. All of these perfect scores really advanced my ranking, I guess, Naruto thought, surprised. What? Naruto got second? What were the ranks overall, sensei? Kiba demanded. Iruka cleared his throat and spoke. Let's see here, third place was Ino. She also had the highest kunoichi score. Ha! You hear that, forehead? I beat you. Ino proclaimed proudly. Shut up, Ino pig. Where was I, sensei? Sakura interrupted. Let's see, Sakura, you were 8th overall, but you were 3rd in academics behind Sasuke and Naruto, Iruka answered. Ha ha ha. Naruto beat you, forehead. Ino laughed at her pink-haired rival. Well, apparently he beat you too. Sakura shot back. What about me, sensei? Kiba demanded. Iruka sighed. Kiba, you were 9th overall. Man, really, he complained. That's something to be proud of. There's 30 of you that graduated in this class, Iruka said with a nod. The dog boy crossed his arms unhappily. 9th. Iruka told various people their ranks for the next few minutes, which entailed a lot of banter and other social annoyances that Naruto didn't care for. 15th is Hinata Hyuga, 16th is, Iruka continued listing the ranks. I'm amazed Hyuga graduated at all. She's the most timid person I've ever met. If it wasn't for her taijutsu, she'd probably be close to last, Naruto thought as he saw Hinata's expression sink. Isn't she their clan heir? I vaguely remember someone mentioning that a while back, Kurama pointed out. Naruto shrugged. Yeah, I suppose fear of shaming her clan kept her from failing, still they're probably not happy that she's kind of mediocre. At least she's not annoying, other than when she stalks you, the fox chuckled. She's not the only one who thinks they can spy on me. Though, I wonder why she gives a damn about me. I don't recall ever speaking to her before, Naruto thought for a moment. He tuned out Iruka announcing the rest of the irrelevant names and ranks of other students. Naruto silently observed the class and saw everyone's joyous, carefree expressions. He shook his head with annoyance. Man, I am so ready for this stupid academy stuff to be over. There's nothing left for this place to teach me, and all this place does anymore is waste my time. I am sick and tired of looking at these people day after day. Well, at least it's over now. Though if I remember Kushina's life correctly, I think they assign you to a genin team after graduation and make you do a bunch of ridiculous chores. Hopefully, you're not put on a team with someone insufferable, the fox stated. Naruto looked around the room at his peers. That's pretty much everyone in this room. Why does anyone here even have an ego? All we did was graduate from the academy. Their egos are going to deflate the moment they get a taste of harsh reality. For all of his smugness, at least Sasuke takes being a shinobi as seriously as I do. None of these people will have egos when they find out how strong you actually became these past 3 years, Kurama laughed. If they find out, there's no reason to exert my power over people that stand no chance against me. What's the point in that? Naruto shrugged. Yeah, it is a bit flashy, but it will be funny to see their reactions. You're going to have to reveal your powers eventually if you want to become Hokage. I actually can't wait to see how the Nidaime reacts, the fox grinned. Naruto thought for a moment, hopefully, he'll understand. I have no idea how people in the village will react when they see me using Mokuton or flying Raijin. With your rankings officially listed, we will now place you into 3-man teams and assign you to a Jonin instructor. These teams are as balanced as we could make them based on your graduation scores and your specific specialties as shinobi. As of this day forward, you're all Genin now, Iruka exclaimed proudly. The newly graduated Genin all cheered a bit before Iruka silenced the class. Alright, let's see here. Naruto tuned the man out for a moment as he called out team names. Eventually he regained interest when he started hearing more relevant names. Team 7 will be Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inuzuka. Your Jonin instructor will be Kakashi Hatake. Team 8 will be Shino Aburame, Choji Akimichi, and Shikamaru Nara. Your instructor is Kurina Yuhi. I'm on a team with Sasuke Kun. Ha! Suck it, Ino pig! Sakura proclaimed proudly to her blonde rival. Sasuke visibly cringed at the sight of Sakura and sighed silently as he maintained an edgy disposition. Kiba seemed surprised by his team and growled, "So they paired me up with you then, Uchiha?" Sasuke didn't even respond as he glanced at Kiba briefly. The dog boy cracked a fist and shook his head. Whatever, at least I'm not on a team with Naruto. Ahem. Please let me finish before all of the outbursts, Iruka announced before continuing. Team 10 will be Hinata Hyuga, Ino Yamanaka, and Naruto Uzumaki. Your Jonin instructor is Asuma Sarutobi. Ha, they put you on a team with Naruto. Sakura laughed at her rival. Ino seemed a little bit annoyed at Sakura's gloating and crossed her arms with displeasure. Hinata on the other hand looked as if she could faint at any moment. She would get to be on the same team as her crush. Naruto maintained a completely neutral expression and didn't react at all despite several of his peers looking at him for one. He reflected on his new team. Hyuga's good for tracking and taijutsu, though she's a bit skittish and unambitious. At least, she isn't annoying. Yamanaka though, I wonder why I'm paired with her. Our rankings were pretty close. Maybe Hinata leveled it out. Oh well, at least they gave me a good Jonin instructor. I think Asuma is Sandaime's son. He's good with wind ninjutsu too. It could have been worse. Imagine how insufferable it would be if you were on the Uchiha Brats team, Kurama pointed out. Yeah, but at least Sasuke is competent. Oh well, I can work with these two I suppose. 2 Kunoichi on my team will be strange, but it will be fine. I should be able to fix Hyuga, and Yamanaka is probably more useful than someone like Sakura anyways, Naruto thought with a bit of relief. He had once admired the pink-haired girl for her perky attitude and cute appearance, but those feelings had long since disappeared in recent years. Naruto's antisocial obsession with training every waking hour had led him to forget she even existed outside of school hours. He didn't find her completely useless as a shinobi due to her intelligence, but she was rather unremarkable to him, and he found her schoolgirl obsession with Sasuke rather annoying. Ino was similar, but Naruto knew that she at least had clan abilities and decent skills at infiltration. Sakura actually did pretty well for someone who doesn't have a clan. Isn't she just from a regular family? She was the highest ranked person here that didn't come from a clan. Naruto pondered. His inner musings were interrupted a moment later when Iruka spoke again. Your Jonin instructors all left me a list of locations they want you to meet them. Naruto once again ignored all of the irrelevant names until Iruka got down the list. Team 7 is to meet on the rooftop of the academy. Team 8 meet in the park. Team 9 meet on the village wall. Team 10 meet at the balcony tower beneath the Hokage monuments. As the teams were announced, they all left towards their various locations. Once Team 10 was called, Naruto got up and made his way for the door. His 2 new teammates awkwardly followed behind the silent and stoic blonde as he left. Neither one knew what to say as Naruto walked outside. Finally, Ino broke the silence. So are you going to say something or what, Naruto? He looked back at Ino and an extremely timid Hinata. The Hyuga girl looked nervous and Ino was a bit annoyed. Naruto eyed her for a moment. Never mind. I can't believe I'm on a team with you two, Ino sighed dramatically. Naruto ignored her whining as he turned forward again and proceeded to the Hokage monuments. He made sure to go slow enough for his teammates to keep up, and before long they reached their destination. Their Jonin wasn't there yet, unsurprisingly, which left the three Genin alone to look over the Hokage monuments from the nearby balcony. Naruto could see the Hokage tower as well and immediately sensed Asuma within it. No doubt his new sensei was receiving special instructions by the Nidaime to keep a close eye on him. As he stared at the Hokage tower, Naruto was drawn out of his thoughts by Ino again. Well, if I have to be on this team with you two, then could you at least talk to me? Geez, you guys are boring. Naruto glanced at the blonde girl briefly. What's there to talk about? I doubt we have anything in common. Well, we're both blonde and we are on the same team now, aren't we? Ino said with a scornful glare. The Jinchuriki shrugged. I suppose so. Naruto-kun, Hinata spoke up nervously for the first time. The boy turned his gaze to the shy Hyuga girl. What is it, Hyuga-san? You can call me Hinata, since we are teammates, and she wasn't able to finish her sentence as it got quieter with each passing word. He looked at her curiously. Hinata, alright, if you insist. Are you alright? You're looking a bit red. Hinata nodded shyly as she looked away to cover her flushed cheeks. Ino watched the whole scene with a bit of curiosity. She shook her head. Now I get to be third wheel on this team too, great. What are you complaining about over there? Naruto asked her. Ino got in his face a moment later. I'm complaining because I got put on a team with two weirdos who refused to talk to me. Alright, fine, relax. You want to talk to me, then we'll talk, Naruto sighed. Ino crossed her arms. I don't actually want to talk to you, but it's better than us standing here in this awkward silence for whoever knows how long. I got it, Yamanaka-san. Naruto said, a bit annoyed himself. Ino. I know. We're teammates, so don't treat me like I'm some stranger, Naruto. We've been in the same class for like 5 years in case you've forgotten, the blonde vented. Fine, Ino, then. Naruto replied. The blonde girl smiled proudly. That's more like it. So I have a question for you, Naruto. Okay, what? He asked. What happened to you? She demanded. Naruto cocked his head. I don't follow. Don't give me that. I mean, you used to be all hyperactive and you wore this ugly orange jumpsuit everywhere. Now you wear black every day and you never talk. You climbed from dead last to second in 3 years. Are you trying to be like Sasuke-kun or something? No, I'm not. Naruto countered bluntly. Then why the change? Did your family start expecting changes or something? Were you afraid to fail? She persisted. I don't have a family, I'm an orphan and the last living member of my clan in Konoha, he answered. There's an Uzumaki clan. Ino wondered. Yeah, there was, Naruto nodded without following up with an explanation. Ino crossed her arms. I guess you don't want to talk about that. Did your clan get wiped out like Sasuke-kun's? Not exactly, I'm just the only member left after my mother died, Naruto replied. Ino looked a bit interested now. Did your clan have any interesting abilities or a bloodline? I don't think Naruto-kun wants to talk about this, Hinata interjected. Alright, fine then. So what are you actually capable of doing then, Naruto? I know you've gotten better, but are you actually able to do anything other than what they teach us at the academy? Ino asked. The blonde nodded. I'm a sensory ninja. Asuma sensei is in the Hokage tower right now talking to the Nidaime. What? You're a sensory ninja? Since when? Ino demanded. Since I first became a true shinobi, Naruto framed the truth in a vague way. The blonde girl huffed. Well, I don't sense them and I'm a sensory ninja too. why would they put two on one team? That's a bit redundant. Because they don't know that I'm one. Naruto answered. Naruto-kun is a sensory-type ninja. Hinata stuttered with embarrassment. He glanced at her and nodded, yeah, and you're not as stealthy as you think you are, Hinata. She went full red as she turned around. The Jinchuriki shook his head, it's okay, Sasuke and Kiba have tried spying on me too. Ino smirked at him, seriously? Sasuke-kun was trying to spy on you? I don't believe that for a second. You don't have to, and honestly I don't really care what you think of me, Naruto said dismissively as he looked away. Well, you are a bit mysterious, what do you even do after school? Ino wondered. The blonde boy shrugged, ask Hinata, she might know. The poor Hyuga girl fainted with embarrassment upon hearing those words. Ino looked over at her with a raised brow, so she's been stalking you then? Occasionally I guess, she usually gets bored of it after an hour or so. She doesn't seem very confident in talking to other people. Maybe she was trying to make sure I was okay or something. Hinata's a nice girl from what I've seen. A bit weird, but hey, aren't we all? Naruto said coolly. Ino gave him an incredulous look, I'm not weird. You keep thinking that. Naruto said distantly. Hinata regained consciousness a moment later. Naruto immediately addressed her when she looked coherent enough, it's okay, Hinata, I can't blame you or anyone for trying to find out why I'm different. Don't stress over it, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, she replied timidly without making eye contact. Don't be. You're actually pretty good at stealth. I probably wouldn't have ever noticed you if it wasn't for my sensory abilities. Plus, with a Byakugan, you're also ideally suited for our team. We have an ideal team composition for tracking, stealth, and infiltration. Naruto noted. Ino rolled her eyes, I'm still not buying that you're a sensory ninja. You're telling me you can sense our sensei all the way over in the Hokage tower? How? I can't. Fine, don't believe me. Naruto shrugged. I'll believe it when I see it, and I want to see it right now, she huffed. Naruto turned towards the street, test me then. Sense something nearby and ask me what it is. Okay. What's on that corner right there? Ino immediately demanded. A cat. It's black and white and female, Naruto answered. Ino's eyes widened, lucky guess. What 4 people are over there in that shop? Chakra natures suggest 2 Chunin and 2 Jonin. All 4 male, Naruto responded. The blonde girl seemed more convinced now, maybe you are a sensory ninja then. Though, I still don't believe you can sense our sensei. We haven't even met him. I've encountered him a couple of times at the Hokage's tower. Asuma sensei is the Hokage's son. He's one of the few people in the village with a strong affinity to wine chakra nature. He's very distinct, Naruto replied. Ino looked somewhat infuriated as she got a bit closer as she leaned in, so what else can you do then if you're so good at this? I'm good at wind ninjutsu too, Naruto shrugged as he briefly channeled a light amount of chakra over the kunai he was reflexively spinning between his fingers. You can do an elemental nature transformation? Ino perked up surprised. Naruto nodded, yes, I can. Since when? I've never seen you do anything like that at school, she protested. Why would I ever do that at school? It's not really relevant to share or do in the academy. I think Sasuke Teime can use fire style already and he never talks about it. Plus most students from clans have special abilities like Hinata here. I'm hardly unique in that regard, Naruto replied. Ha ha ha. Are you seriously doing this right now? Kyubi was laughing heartily in his head. Ino frowned at him, since when have you not cared about what others thought of you? Naruto ignored her as leaned back against the railing and closed his eyes. Man, maybe Sakura would have been a better teammate, at least she would ignore me. You going to answer me or what? Ino interrupted his thoughts. He turned his attention back to Ino after a moment and spoke curiously, "Tell me, what can you do exactly? I've already talked enough about myself. I'm from the Yamanaka clan, and my family owns a flower shop. We specialize in mind jutsus," Ino explained. Hinata timidly spoke up again, "I'm from the Hyuga clan, Naruto-kun, though you probably already know that." Our team could use a medic too. "Luckily, we have that covered," Naruto noted as he looked between Hinata and Ino logically. Ino scoffed at him, "Are you implying I should become a medic because I'm a girl? What time period are you living in?" "Not you, I was talking about me. I have the most chakra and pretty good chakra control. Although it would probably do you some good to learn medical skills as well," he noted. "You're a medical ninja too? You must be joking, that takes advanced chakra control and many hours of practice. Where would you ever have the time or instruction to learn that?" Ino said dismissively. Naruto immediately sliced his hand with a kunai, much to Hinata and Ino's shock. Both girls watched disbelievingly as the wound immediately coagulated and started to heal. "Oh damn, I forgot I regenerated super fast," Naruto thought urgently as he immediately held his hand over the wound and green chakra could be seen. A moment later his wound was gone. Ino's eyes widened with amazement, "That's amazing. It healed so fast. Who taught you how to do that?" "Just a friend of mine." Naruto tried to avoid answering. Hinata was confused by the showing. How would Naruto-kun have had time to learn that when he spends most of his time reading and exercising? "Maybe he does it when I'm not around. I suppose that would make sense if he was able to sense when people were watching him. So you can teach me how to do that too?" Ino chirped excitedly. Naruto shrugged, "I could, but only if you have good chakra control. Otherwise, it's going to take a while." "Are you kidding me? I have amazing chakra control. Mine's even better than Forehead's," Ino boasted. The Jinchuriki shrugged, "Well, maybe I'll make time to teach you then if you're serious about it. Maybe being on a team with you won't be so bad after all," Ino said with approval. Talk about a 180, didn't Nidaime tell you not to show off for schoolgirls? Yet here you are flashing all your fancy abilities fresh out of the academy. Kurama laughed. The Jinchuriki mentally sighed, "Well, they're my teammates, and I'm technically not in school anymore. Besides, I don't want her thinking I'm incompetent. Plus she could benefit a lot from some extra skills. I want to improve my teammates, and this is the way to do it. It's not like I plan on busting out wood release or flying Raijin around them." "I suppose that's true." The fox snickered. "Asuma-sensei's here now," Naruto thought as he immediately turned towards the location where he knew the Jonin would be. His two teammates noticed this, and a second later Asuma was standing in front of them. Ino was staring intensely at Naruto now. He really is a sensory ninja, why would he keep that a secret for all these years? "I'm so lucky I get to be on a team with Naruto-kun, I hope he can train me too," Hinata thought hopefully. "Ah, so this must be Team 10. Nice to meet ya kids. I'm Asuma Sarutobi, and I am your new Jonin instructor," the black-haired, bearded man announced himself. "Nice to meet you, Asuma-sensei," Naruto replied. The man chuckled lightly, "We've met before, haven't we, Naruto-kun?" "A couple of times over the years." "I hear you're the old man's son," Naruto shot back. Asuma nodded, "Yeah, you're pretty close with my father, aren't you?" "Look at him acting like he doesn't already know that," Kurama sighed. "As far as he knows, I'm a clueless Jinchuriki that Grandpa Hokage wants him to look over. I'm pretty sure Iruka-sensei never mentioned to anyone that I knew about you. Though, I'd wager he might have told the old man," Naruto responded. "Nice to meet you, sensei," Ino spoke up with a smile. The Jonin looked over the three new genin for a moment. "Alright, I already know Naruto-kun, but who are you two?" "Ino Yamanaka of the Yamanaka clan," the blonde girl said proudly. "Hinata Hyuga," was all the shy girl managed to speak. He nodded casually, "Alright, and what are all of your goals? Why did you become shinobi?" I'm the Hyuga clan heir, Hinata said skittishly. My dad's a shinobi, and as his only child he encouraged me to follow in his footsteps. If I wasn't a ninja, I'd probably run my family's flower shop. I do rather like floral things as well as nature. I aspire to be the wife of Sasuke Uchiha, and the best kunoichi in Konoha. Ino went into more detail than anyone cared to know. Everyone's gaze turned towards Naruto last. The blonde simply shrugged, my goals have never changed, I still want to become Hokage. I want to honor the legacy of my forefathers. Asuma rose a brow slightly, is he referring to the Hokages as his forefathers? He looks completely serious about it. I wonder how skilled a person with that type of ambition is. I guess I'll find out soon. Asuma nodded as he looked them over. Alright guys, I don't want to keep you long, so here's your briefing. As new graduates, you have a final test tomorrow where you will be judged as a team by your Jonin instructors. If you fail, you'll go back to the academy for another year. Get some sleep tonight and meet me at Team 10's training grounds tomorrow at 8 AM sharp. I look forward to testing your skills. I'll see if you have what it takes to be true Genin. Wait, what? Ino spouted, but she never got a response as Asuma disappeared a moment later. She shook her head, we have another test. Seriously? And here I thought I could finally relax now that I'm an actual shinobi. Now that we're actual shinobi, we should work even harder. The only easy day was yesterday, Ino, Naruto said dismissively. She crossed her arms with displeasure, and here my parents threw me a party and everything, how am I supposed to celebrate knowing I have another test tomorrow? Well, I'll see you two tomorrow then. Naruto waved as he leapt onto the balcony railing. Wait! I wasn't done. Ino never got to finish speaking as Naruto disappeared into the distance a moment later. Talking to you. Ino finished the sentence to herself. She briefly glanced over at Hinata and sighed, well, see you tomorrow I guess. Good night Ino-san, Hinata replied respectfully as the blonde girl left. Senju Grove. As Naruto returned to his usual incognito sanctuary, he noticed Tobirama's ethereal form sitting down looking off into the distance. He approached silently and walked up next to his sensei. The white-haired man turned to face Naruto with a stern look, how did your graduation go? It was fine, a bit boring, but they gave us our headbands. I'm surprised you didn't come to see it, honestly, Naruto responded casually. The man stood up a moment later as he fixed his gaze on Naruto. He looked at the height on the boy's forehead, it's not really a celebration, but I'm sure you know that already. Today marks the day you are a true Konoha shinobi. Do you understand what that means? It means the village's protection is now my sworn duty, and that I will one day have to give my life to defend it if necessary, Naruto answered stoically. Tobirama nodded, good, it's been 3 years since we first met. In that time, I have taught you all that could about what it means to be a true shinobi. You must always remain vigilant, and you must always train hard. War could strike when you least expect it, and anyone could kill you if you're careless. Even Hashirama and I died in battle, Naruto. It only gets harder from here. The only easy day was yesterday, right? Naruto reaffirmed his sensei's words. Indeed, there is also something I want to tell you now that you're officially a Konoha shinobi, Tobirama stated as he stared into Naruto's eyes. The blonde eyed his sensei with intensity, what is it, sensei? I will be leaving you, he said slowly, which caused Naruto's eyes to widen considerably. Tobirama sensei, you can't. I did everything you said. Naruto trailed off in sentence as he was unsure of how to word his feelings. The man immediately silenced him with a stern tone, you did everything and more, there's not much more I could have asked for in an apprentice, but you have to move on now. I'm dead, Naruto, and the only reason I've lingered here this long was to ensure that you were properly trained and that the village would be safe. Now that you're a real shinobi, you'll have a team and a jonin to look after you. Take my lessons to heart and use your power responsibly. It's time for me to leave now. You can't, sensei, I don't want to be alone. What am I supposed to do when you're gone? Naruto said with urgent desperation. Pass on my teachings to others. Defend Konoha no matter what it takes, and I mean no matter what. You're the last true Senju heir, the last true Uzumaki. Defend that legacy and bring honor to it, Tobirama said strongly. Naruto looked a bit sad, but he maintained his toughened emotional stoicism. The blonde bowed his head respectfully. It was an honor, sensei. I swear to you that I'll defend Konoha at all costs. Hopefully the next time we meet, we can talk about your reign as Hokage. Tobirama smiled faintly before his ghost body flaked away and disappeared completely. After it was gone, Naruto felt a wave of depression wash over him. Even though Tobirama was already dead, part of him felt like his sensei had just died. Who was he going to ask for wisdom and advice now? Who was going to help him when he had problems with certain jutsus? The boy cleared his head after the brief sadness. He's entrusted Konoha's protection to me. He wouldn't have left unless he was confident that I was ready. I won't fail you, sensei. I'll reignite the glory of the Senju and Uzumaki clans. I will be the greatest Jinchuriki, the greatest Hokage. Well, you still have me around, Kyubi spoke up, lifting Naruto from his thoughts. Yeah, I'm glad I have somebody to help me through the rest of this. It's just you and me now, Kurama. You and me versus the world, haha. I'm surprised you didn't even consider your new team, the fox added. Naruto frowned. I don't know what to think of my team yet. I doubt I'll ever be close with them. They won't understand when they find out I'm a Jinchuriki. I'll help them out, but I don't see a point in trying to make friends. It's just going to bite me in the ass. Yeah, it's probably best that you don't get too attached to them. Becoming Hokage is one thing, but making the village like you is another thing entirely. I honestly don't think they'll ever understand. I'll always be the monster fox to them, and you'll always be the demon brat, Kurama sighed. Sometimes we have to bear a heavy burden for the sake of others. I'll become Hokage even if they hate me. I owe it to Tobirama sensei and to my father to defend Konoha. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. Come on, Kurama, let's train. Even though sensei's gone, I can't slack at all, Naruto thought as he created a ton of shadow clones. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this what if and want to see next part of it, comment down below and let me know. Also share this video with your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.